let me just tell you, triple screens for the win. I'll tell you what, a lot of threading the needle going on. A little bit top there, making it right by the wall. The yellow car. A little bit of a bobble there. I'll tell you, I mean, for not running these cars regularly, we all did a great job making it through these first few corners. There was some stuff that happens on the first lap, but in general, yeah, not too bad at all. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because at the beginning of the race, you want to make hay when the sun shines. Thread the needle there. But, you know, it's everybody was actually pretty respectful. It's tight in a hurry, and we all did a pretty good job. Like I mentioned on the forums, for me, it's been real tough with making the switch to the G27 and just having no feel of the car. On the braking, there's several times in this video where you're going to see me lock up, and it's just because I have no feel with the potentiometer brake pedal. Never mind, I'm not good in the car, but that made it tough. And then on throttle, yeah, it's really difficult with my V2 pedals braking. This section here, I brain fart. Well, we're going to see it in the in-car as well, but I get a run, and yeah. He moves over a little bit, and it's not him, it's all me. I ran to the back of Bird there, and then barely get the wall. Lucky for me, no damage. Like I said, we'll take a look at it here from the in-car. The start here, I'll tell you, like I said, triple screens. You know, I know how close I am to the wall and how close everybody is next to me, and I think there's a Gall next to me. Just kind of thread it through there. And then I have a moment on the brakes, right? There, which was almost real bad. Yeah, and then just try not to get on throttle too early, etc. I get stowed at my inside here, and hopefully get a decent run coming out. And then as we come up here, you know, I had this run. It's time to pass people, as many as you can. Fight back a little bit. Then with the smoke and whatnot, I think he backs off as much as possible. And I mean, that doesn't look that bad, but as you saw in the previous one, it was a little bit tougher. Yeah, and then through here, I mean, I could be more aggressive if I was more comfortable, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it's about making sure that the car stays in one piece. This is lap 1 of 71, or 69 or 68 if you're going a couple laps down like I am. But I also want to say thanks again to Brian Bennett. He hooked me up with a setup that was actually pretty comfortable for me, especially with my situation with just not being good in the car, not being comfortable in the car in general, and then also the pedals and whatnot. So here we are coming on the main straightaway, and I know I got Drisman behind me, and just trying to stay in line, and I just get this huge run, and it's just ill-timed. If I had kicked inside, maybe, but kind of hitting the wall, as you can see, pretty good. Lucky for me, no damage. Yeah, I ended up losing a spot to Drisman, but hey, could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. Yeah, as we're moving on here, this is a situation here, kind of a turning point for my race. I'm 10th right now, and I have a little bit of a bobble there. I have Barnesy getting right in my back bumper, getting a run. And yeah, like I said, this is the turning point of the race, really, of what kind of changed my chances of making something big happen. Barnes just gets into the back of me a little bit, makes me go a little faster than I want in there. I was 9th for a second because I believe that's Bird in front of me who spun. This drops me all the way back to 15th there with Stowe getting around me. So kind of everything I'd gotten in the beginning was gone in one fell swoop. We'll look at it again from another view, and I mean, it's barely anything. I don't think there's an X on there at all. I don't know if there's an incident at all. You can see he's just barely going to get into me as he gets into the braking. So blink, just barely, but it was enough for me to carry more speed than I would like through there. Yeah, so sideways a little bit. Was able to hold on to it, luckily, slowed through there. No damage again, I believe, and yeah, we carried on. Like I said, could have been a lot worse, but that put us back to 15th. 15th is basically where we lived for the majority of the race. Picked up a spot here that's Drisman again, and Bird behind me. Bird had actually been on me for a bit after those early incidents, after he got going again. And Drisman just gets a huge run. He was bloody quick. Good on him. But after having that other incident happen behind me, when this comes up behind me, I totally lost my rhythm, lost my train of thought, and got on the gas too hard. That's my fault. I did that, but I just got spooked. That let Beltrami by, obviously Bird, and I think Drisman also got around me. So I lost 3 spots there, and that's basically where I lived for most of the races, right in the mid-teens. It was fairly uneventful in between pit stops, etc., other than those things. And I have a moment here with Beltrami. I got to give him, apologies because of this just ill-timed pass attempt that's just poorly executed by me. And to his credit, I mean, I'd reeled him in. It was just I had to run, and I shouldn't have gone for it. He lets me by right here, and no harm, no foul. But yeah, sorry about that, Bob. That was a little off. The only other thing that really happened was pretty interesting was actually Freiboth here in the red car I'm trying to pass, and then we're both trying to get around. I think it's Chris Beck. We go 3 wide into 1 here. Those guys are. I don't think they were in battling for position, but yeah, it got interesting for a second. It looked a little cooler on the screenshot. So right about here, this is what we're coming into into what was going to be my second and final stop. I'm a 2-stop strategy. And right about here, I realize I've completely effed myself. I probably do not have enough fuel to make the rest of this lap. So I'm gonna try and tiptoe, etc. And then this guy has a bit of a slow exit, and I get on the throttle too hard. I blow it. That's again, it's all me. I blew that. I put myself in that situation. What happened was I saw Bird come in front of me. I thought I'd try and do a little leapfrog action. Well, put myself in traffic, which made it even worse. And then, yeah, this little gem. Ugh. Oh, it's a real bad sound. It's a real bad sound. How not to to leapfrog in the pits. Yeah, so I'll tell you my biggest fear is so I'm completely out at this point. I'm just coasting, right? My biggest fear is that I stopped too early in the pit stall and I got a tow or something, which I almost do, right? Oh, anyways, I went from at one point being inside the top 10 and maybe having a shot of maybe making that happen. To living in the teens. Coming out of the pits here, I'm going to have lost a couple of spots to Buren, I think it was. But anyway, yeah, with these guys two right here, I fought and I tried to catch them, but to no avail. So I had to settle for 14th. That's 14, 13, and 12 at the line. Oh well. Could have been a lot worse. We'll take it. On to Homestead.